Good day everyone. Today on the bench I'm going to tie you up my little copper top chironomid. Here's a great little coloration. We know that over the years that copper's been a very good color. It's a hue that the trout key in on for sure. We've been using copper wire and beads for years, and I'm tying up a little chironomid today with that material, that coloration. Here's a Tiemco 2457 size 12 curved hook is what we'll be using. I'm going to go in front with some 010 lead wire. Take about 12 turns of that. The body, I'm going to be using some holographic tinsel. This is a medium copper color. The accent on my rib is going to be a red extra fine soft wire. The rib is going to be the 0.75 millimeter bronze chrony cuts from Byron Johns. He's going to have this available at Hatchmaster in Maple Ridge, British Columbia. Lots of colors in that too. If you chironomid guys, pick it all up, get some of each. Ice stub peacock for the thorax, and we're good to go. We're going to use some 8/0 rusty brown thread to tie with. So we'll get a hook in the vise here. Get a bead on the shank. I'm just going to use, I'm not putting gills on this one. You can put gills on them if you like. It's a nice add-on as well. I noticed a lot of my chironomids for some reason in one of my local lakes didn't show a lot of gills, so I don't tie them all with gills. Some with, some without, different places. Never have enough chironomids seems to match the hatch sometimes, and sometimes you just have to think outside the box a little bit. This one really doesn't match anything in particular. It's more of an attractor in my opinion. I just like that coloration. It's the color they all eat, so I'm okay with that. So we'll get that started in there. I'm going to just come off my little patch here. They've cut these, sliced these all up nice and fine. That's 0.75. I'll try to get it out here. There it goes. Doesn't help when you can't see too good. There it is. So tie them one of these chrony cuts on the side here. Then I'll come in with my copper holographic tinsel. Bring in some red extra fine wire. It's all getting tied in behind the lid. And I'll run everything back at the same time. Around the corner. Come up around the corner here, we'll get a bit of a taper going. That looks pretty good. Now this chrony cuts, this material here, you'll notice some of that plastic, you may get that off of there. Makes it a little too thick. Now we'll wind our holographic tinsel forward. You can go with a flat coloration if you don't want the sparkly effect of the holographic. It does get a little bright. A lot of reflective qualities in that holographic materials for sure, which is good and sometimes it's not good. Get a little too bright, sometimes it turns them off. We're going to wind our chrony cuts forward. This bronze is beautiful, beautiful color. You can pull on this a little bit too. It's pretty strong. Take it to the front. Just catch that off there. Just keep everything in place. Follow our chrony up, our ribs. The chrony cuts all the way up. Gives it a nice accent. Some guys go with 2 ribs. It's really nice too. I'll just throw a 1/2 inch up here. Get a little of my peacock ice stub, which is, I always like that for my thorax. It does a nice job on a lot of thoraxes for not only chironomids, but a lot of the small little bugs. Now I'm just going to get a nice little whip finish in behind the bead here, get our thread. Oh. Let me go again with that. I'm tying here with my magnifier, and there we go. Got it going on there, get a nice little coloration of my thread in behind the bead. Got a bit of that ice tub picking out. I'm just going to trim that off. Kind of gives it kind of that little bit of a leg appearance. And like I say, it's a great product. Use that a lot. Here it is, a little copper top. Boy, it's a nice coloration. I know the trout is keying on that, so kind of a crossbreed of the kind of a chromie, if you will, but with copper. So get this one on the vise, get her in the water. You folks will have a good time with that one. So we'd like to thank you again for watching On the Bench, Sport Fishing on the Fly. We'll catch you again real soon.